So I would like to differentiate here into the type of business. So typically the shipping lines are people who are asset heavy. That is, they own ships, they own containers. So over a period of time, when the geographies were wide and spread, not that they are any nearby, the geographical distance remains same, but distance is narrowed due to technology and communications. So it's easy for people to communicate, travel. So that's how the people used to have agencies used to represent their interests. And then subsequently they opened their own offices because they realized that if they need to have a better control over the operations and commercial aspects of the business, they started their own office. That's on the asset side. On the non-asset side is the freight forwarder. So freight forwarder or so-called logistics service providers are service providers to the manufacturing industry. So if you notice, globally, the manufacturing companies are traditionally have been the German manufacturers, then you have been the Japanese manufacturers, you have the American manufacturers, and some European. So wherever these manufacturers were wanted to sell their goods, they needed somebody to carry the goods for them. So the manufacturers went along with the freight forward. So if you are a French manufacturer, like or a German manufacturer, Siemens. So Siemens would say, okay, you are my XYZ freight forwarder in Germany. I'm opening a shop in India, or I'm opening my outlet in China. Will you set up an office there? So the freight forwarders globally, traditionally moved along with the manufacturers as their support services. That also applied not only to freight forwarding as a service, but as auditors, as accounting companies, as legal law firms. Okay, in India we have a challenge. The big four, why are they doing such a big business in India? The big four accounting companies. Because the multinational companies are already dealing with them at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 countries globally. So they just want to deal with the same brand. Similar concept goes with the freight forwarding. So that answers. And if you notice that we Indian manufacturers, for whatever reasons, we have not grown globally. For various reasons, we are a developing economy. One, two, we always had that challenge of monopolies, restrictive trade practices act. I mean, this is a new generation, but our generation would know that MRTP did not allow the industries to go on a large scale. So since they could not manufacture on a large scale, they were not competitive, and since they are not competitive, they could not compete globally. So there was some inconsistency in our policies also as a government. In the 90s, when the economy opened up, and that's where the manufacturing opened, and in the year 2016. When the GST came up and subsequently, then manufacturing became much more easier. I think going forward, you will see opportunities of Indian freight forwarders going along with Indian manufacturers and setting up. Currently, also we see that some of the freight forwarders are setting up, shops in East Africa, Hong Kong, China, Dubai. Dubai, you see a lot of Indian freight forwarding companies. So it's happening. In bits and pieces, but slowly and gradually you will see Indian freight forwarding companies also having a global footprint.